so good to see your smiling face on the other side of the screen.
Mike Hatfield, this is Brian Switzer from Mars, back to Earth. We've landed. We made it.
Boy, you look good in a capsule, let me tell you that. Okay.
We're persevering.
Yes. Speaking of capsule, I have a feeling you are in sort of the bridge of the Enterprise right now from your setup.
Yeah, this is an old San Francisco building, early 1900s, and this is like an extra pantry, old laundry room. Perhaps at one time was an outdoor space. Pretty tight, man. 8 by 6 with half of it blocked off. So,
okay, I have a feeling we're going to see that in depth here and up close with a very good camera here in a minute. And so you are teaching school and doing students and tracking all in this same space?
Yeah, this is pretty much my life pre-COVID. Whatever I did happens in this chair without the commute and without changing clothes out of my trunk of my car for each activity. So it's pretty much the same, except without the driving, without changing clothes, without the human contact. But I practice in here. I teach my lessons from here. I teach 300 students at the high school from here. Socialize from here.
It sounds exhausting and yet fun. Yeah.
Yes.
Right from that chair. Yeah. Okay, well, let's go in depth, and we'll see you at the end, and you'll give us a tour of what we're doing, and we'll see it at that point. All right, Brian, let's go see it.
So we live in an apartment in San Francisco, a nice old building, and we don't have a lot of space, but we're able to make Jazz Deck headquarters. This is where I have spent quarantine. It is not large, but it gets the job done. And I'm just going to show you a couple of highlights that I think make working from home much more convenient, relaxing, and a lot of it has to do with just making the most of the space, cable management, and floor management. I mean, this carpet is a 4x4 carpet, so it's not a very big room at all. So this is the chair. I'm sitting in a chair all day. I got myself a nice Secret Lab Titan chair. I recommend upgrading your chair if you've been thinking about upgrading your chair. A couple things that helped this be an awesome experience. At the beginning, I had a mic stand on the floor, and it was just a pain. So I got this Rode mic stand that I attach here, and then I can pull it down, and when I put it away, it doesn't take any space in the room. Huge, huge life changer. The mic is the Shure SM7B. I got myself this light is from Elgato. Elgato is the company, and it's a really cool light because it clamps on. Again, saving space. It doesn't have a big kind of tripod at the bottom, taking up floor space. I also was struggling with my Trumpet Microphone being on a big mic stand. It was the worst. So I just found on Amazon, has a nice heavy bass, and I got a short one that's right there. So when I'm teaching my classes, boom, trumpet goes into that mic, and the talking can go here. Got a little TV, so I can screen mirror from the computer to the TV, read some music over here, and handle the session or the Zoom over here. Another cool little holder to save space, a little iPad holder that clamps on to this white thing that was like 25 bucks at Target. And it's thin, it's small, and it lets me use my computer. And what I love, love, love about this setup, again, keeping things tidy, is cable management. All the cables run down the back, and they run into this drawer. Boom, where I have a power strip, and I'll show this on the computer, but I have a USB in there that is just the bomb. 16 ports, all of them powered, and then they all come up just to that black cord. Boom. So everything goes in there. 16 USB ports. Little Switz magic trick. See that little plastic thing right there? Awesome. Must have. When I take my computer with me, boom, I unplug everything. When I come home, the cords are just sitting right there. I'm not fishing around for the cords. Boom. Put the cord back in. Life changer. 3 more life changers. 3 more life changers. The little phone holder and all of the mounting gear for the camera It was a pain to find the exact right stuff, but boy, am I glad I did, because it clamps on, saves space. Saving space. Little martini table. I searched weeks for tiny table. No. Martini table is what they're called. And I can take this little table, boom, and it doesn't take up space. When I'm not using it, I can just put it right in the corner here, keep the place nice and tidy. Pro tip, the Ember mug was a Christmas gift. It is amazing. Keeps your coffee and your tea hot all day. And pro tip, if you're looking to get some gadgets and you're feeling spendy, my wife got me this for Christmas. It's a kettle that just heats up the water in just a few seconds in here. So that's it. Oh, what am I going in through? There's my little duet, mic interface. And there's a Focusrite interface for my trumpet mic. And I have a little phone charger right here. Boom. And I can just lay my phone on it and it charges right up. Keeping things tidy and handy. This is new, just today this is new. Boom, magnet for the iPad. So everything's just right there where I need it. I sit in this chair, I'm comfortable all day. The room was white and it looked horrible. It looked absolutely horrible. So I spent a weekend painting it this dark color. And there you have it. Jazz Deck headquarters. You are welcome here anytime. Thank you for coming into my world. Oh, and this little carpet. Getting a nice little carpet on these wood floors kind of got rid of some of the echo. So that's my stuff. There it is. All right, Mr. Hatfield and friends, let's dive into the computer and look at some software and the way that I have it set up that is working for me in this kind of quarantine working situation. So Loopback is a killer app, highly recommended. Loopback sources everything in this row is generating audio in my computer. And the way I'm thinking of it, and it's working for me, is I take all of that audio, and this is the magic Loopback box that synchronizes all of the audio. And then I'm saying that I want to hear it through my headphones. Duet USB is a little box I have plugged into my computer, like a Scarlett or a Apogee or an M box. It's just the interface where my microphones and my headphones are plugged in. So I'm saying, here's all of the sound on my computer. Please sync it up, Loopback, and please let me hear it in my headphones. But what's really cool is when you're on Zoom and you set your microphone to Loopback, you're telling your computer, please, computer, take all of my audio, sync it up in Loopback, in the magic Loopback box, and then let my audience hear it on Zoom. So the audience on Zoom will hear synced audio, which is very, very cool. I've sweetened up my mic just a little bit. I run it through Logic Pro. I have some effects going here. You can set it to taste. I have a second mic for my trumpet. I have some reverb on that these days just for fun. If a student wants something recorded for an audition or something and they want to practice with the teacher as a guide, you can make a guide track right on the spot. And then you can export that and send it to them right there during the lesson or during the class that you are working on. Here's a pro tip for Logic. That took me a while to figure out. In audio, I have it working for me with my output device as my USB interface, Duet USB, and my input device, Duet USB. So what I think is happening is Logic is saying, where is the sound coming from? Where's your microphone? And it's saying the Duet box. And Logic is saying, how do you want to hear what you're working with? And I say, I'd please like to hear it in my headphones. The error I made is I used to have it set with output saying go to Loopback, right? Because I wanted this to be part of the Loopback chain. And that was redundant. I didn't need to tell Logic to send it to Loopback because when I'm in Loopback, this row is saying suck the sound in from Logic. I don't need to send it here. It's automatically pulling it in. That's the function of the software. So Pro tip that really changed things for me: output and input duet USB. One more little pro tip: my computer was kind of getting working too much, and Loopback was thinking Logic was falling asleep. So during the classes, I would hit record, not with the intent of keeping the recording, but so that Logic was being active throughout the entire Zoom session, and Loopback would not think Logic was falling asleep. However, for the last couple months, that hasn't been a problem, but it was a little workaround if you're having a problem with your Logic and with your Loopback. Another piece of software that I'm using all the time. I work with 300 students a week in ensembles. Here's a string orchestra piece. This is called Transcribe. So you can put the measure, type in measure numbers anywhere you like. Very simple, just with a double click. That'd probably be like measure, 13 or whatever. You can change the speed. You can transpose the parts. It's really, really cool. So we could say in a rehearsal setting, let's start at measure 9, beat 3 of measure 9. 1, 2, 1. Right? And then if you want them to work on it slowly, 1 and 2 and 1. It's so cool. Okay, folks, now we're going to move on to measure 17, and we're going to go up to 70% speed. It's great. And then in the effects area, you can change the tuning. So I'll record trumpet parts. Well, I'll record trombone parts on my trumpet and then drop it down an octave. And then suddenly, it drops the whole chart, and a trumpet will sound exactly like a trombone. It's really cool. 2 octaves, and you have a tuba.
Brian, that was amazing. I learned a heck of a lot. I almost think I could do this at my own house, and I hope other people can too.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. It's been a labor of love. I got to say, the first couple months of this quarantine is when I put this together, and it was piece by piece by piece by piece. And it was nice. It gave me something to look forward to because everything was back ordered. So I could wait on Amazon and check my package, track my packages. And that was really nice at the beginning of this. But now I'm set up. We're good.
It's and we're off and running, and you've been operating so well during these interesting months that we've had here. All right. Thanks so much for Music in Place, Brian Switzer. Thank you.